Boop. We're gonna do one more. As a middle-class white guy, I knew racism existed, just kind of assumed that it was a rarity. Then I started dating my now wife. She's Indian, and one of our first real dates, I got death glares from an old white woman the entire time we ate our meal at the Olive Garden. Oh, you mean at the Caucasian American Embassy? That's the white rural American Embassy, aka the Olive Garden. Well, I guess we have Purgatory. Dude, I could re-roll Purgatory. I could re-roll It turned into Curse of the Tower? I thought it would re-roll into another Angel deal. GTFO, man. Hit me. I dare you, enemies. We'll burn together, you pieces of shit. I just assumed it would re-roll into another Angel deal item. Shit. That sucked. Well, I mean, yeah, sure, bring them on. I'm gonna roll it all. Let God sort it out. Purgatory was good, but can you think of better Angel Room items than Purgatory? I can. And I had the means, I thought, to cycle through them. I genuinely thought what was going to happen was that we were just going to roll through Angel Room items until we hit Sacred Heart or Godhead. High-five each other on a mission accomplished, and still start Horizon Zero Dawn by 1. I guess I did look a gift horse in the mouth. I felt like I knew better, and yet at the same time, just like, I don't know. It didn't seem like the worst idea I'd ever had. The problem was I was trying to put thought into I was trying to put thought into the Binding of Isaac. Oh, rhythmic tears. Yeah, we had one day where we just completely stayed up by the cabin. We did hot dogs, we did stew, we did popcorn, and, you know, soda for the boys, beers and margaritas for me and Amber. And then we did one day where we did one day where we went into the town. That's where I got the sunburn that's peeling off me as we speak. But we had one day where we went into town and did the Pancake Underground, which was a very good brunch place, but man, they had zero sense of urgency. It took us like 2 hours and 15 minutes to eat a meal at that place. It was very good, but it was cool. It was very good, but it was very time consuming, and I literally got a sunburn. I literally got a sunburn from trying to kill time until we were seated. No, it's like a, let's see. See if I can get an image here. Here you go. Gourmet breakfast place. Gourmet breakfast place that was a traveling, Portland food truck that they brought back and turned into a brick and mortar establishment in Virginia, in Strasbourg, because they have like familial ties there, family roots. So the food was very good, but man, there was zero sense of urgency. I went and put my name on a wait list at like 11:45, and we finished eating and got to walk away at like 12:45. No, sorry, 10:45. Took me almost 2 hours to get breakfast. Ugh. Boy, what I wouldn't give for Purgatory or an item like it. Oh, pick for YouTube on stream? Yeah, just in case, if this ends up on YouTube. Ugh. Yeah, it looked like this, for those of you watching at home. Our table was right here, and over here, this way, is the like actual restaurant. So this is where, sitting right here is where I got my sunburn, or started to get my sunburn. I don't have any bombs. Ugh. Listen, I'm not giving up on this just yet. I want Revenge Fly so bad. Do I buy the card hoping that it is Hanged Man? Or do I buy the 7-cent bag hoping for bombs? And then I don't really know what happens after that. Do I bomb into the second secret room? Oh yeah, this is a sunburn. This is a flaking, peeling sunburn. There you go. That is a bad sunburn. Bag has a pill and a penny. Oh, Justin's red? See, that's got nothing to do with me. He wasn't with us. He could have been. He'd have been allowed. But yeah, we got he and I got out in the sun this week, for sure. Alright, whatever, we're out of here. Yeah, I'm all the same colors of my mascot now.
The magician.
Nope, nope. I don't want to have to aim. There we go. So yeah, at a very pleasant trip. We played poker. We played Taco Cat Dog Goat. No, Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. I have to re-roll this run. I can't walk around with Curse of the Tower. It just dawned on me. Whoop. Huh. That sure is. So yeah, we played Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. We played poker. We watched the boys got to see the Goonies for the first time, which they loved. Rory got to watch. Rory wanted really badly to watch Daredevil on Netflix, so we watched a little bit of it, but he was just like, this might have been more grown up than I gave it credit for. And we're like, we tried to warn you, boy. He got to at least see a couple of really good fist fights before he checked out. So it was leisurely. The boys, you know, they also got time to do what they would have considered fun on a vacation. We took the Switches with us. They got to play, you know, they got to play video games out in the country in a different house, in a fenced in sort of like Florida room that was connected to the cabin. Man, I gotta wait and re-roll and then pick that up. Hopefully the next build, like, hopefully whatever the next build is the one we take with us, because I hope whatever the next roll is the one that takes us home, because we would like to take holy water with us. Yeah, no, Netflix Daredevil is what we were watching. We weren't watching the movie. I wasn't going to subject them to Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. Yeah, we were watching Netflix's Daredevil. Please be combat. Yeah. But the problem is, within the first 3 episodes of Netflix Daredevil, you see at least 3 bones come through skin. You see a dude get his head crushed with a bowling ball, and you see another dude impale his own head on a fence spike to avoid Wilson Fisk's swift judgment. You know? I'm game. Let's do it. I wish I still had all that health. Just let them watch Hellraiser. Every time the boys do this thing where they almost like they pretend as though they've become hard of hearing. But I also know that both of my children are not good with scary movies. Whenever I need them to leave the room, whenever I need them to finally go upstairs and go to bed, I put on like Aliens. Or I put on like the Babadook or Midsummer or some shit like that. I just set some aggressively scary horror movie going. And if they don't listen to Amber, they have to hang out with me and watch like A Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween. And I'm like, you guys are welcome to hang out here with Dad, but Dad's gonna watch some shit that's gonna scar you forever. How do you guys feel about the movie Hereditary? It's amazing how fast they go shower after that. Let's do it. I have regrets. There we go. Speaking of the item with potentially the best glow up in all of Repentance, might I introduce you to my friend Holy Water. Oh my god, you're so fast. What's funny is that nowadays, like, I'll start something like Aliens, and it'll get like halfway through the title sequence, which at this point they kind of know by heart, and they'll just go, yeah, Dad, we get it, and they'll walk out. I'll turn on like The Walking Dead or something, and I'll just be like, you guys ready for zombie nightmares? Daddy gets zombie nightmares in his 40s. Yeah, Event Horizon's about a spaceship. Do you boys like spaceships? Tusk? I've seen the movie posters for Tusk. Hey kids, you ever wonder what it's like, what it'd be like if humans became a centipede? I watched Requiem for a Dream with my parents. I watched Basic Instinct with mine. I remember excusing myself to go to the kitchen and watching from around the corner because I was like, the idea of two beautiful women kissing each other, like, short-circuited my little head. I was like, well, Mom and Dad take me to that building where they keep telling me that lesbians are sinful. But now I'm watching this TV show, or this movie that they made me sit down and watch. And I gotta admit, it's stirring stuff up inside me, so I better go watch this from around the corner through my fingers. Said 11-year-old Taffy. Oh, Sharon Stone. Young Sharon Stone, man. Ridiculifying. Ridiculifying. Starship Troopers was awkward for me as a kid since it was an action film and I didn't know about the shower scene. My mom took me as a kid. I don't know if she and Dad were having problems or what, but Mom took my sister and I as children to go see Critters. I think she thought it was going to be like Gremlins, and I actually, like, I had to pull the trigger on making my mother leave that film. She was so upset. Not because Critters is a particularly good movie, but because she had spent money on the tickets. Fucking Critters. I was like 8-year-old Taffy. Yo, Sideline Boyo, I hope you have a really pleasant and restful night's sleep. Thank you for hanging out. Tales from the Crypt, Hell Knight was the one with the name of... Listen, Noah. I mean, Noah's invited to be a part of it too, but Justin and I have got to sit down and really parse through what Horror Month and a potential group subathon is going to mean for our viewers. I think it has to end up, in some instances, meaning Amazon watch parties for sure. We're definitely gonna have to have some Amazon watch parties, and we're gonna have to figure out like The Descent is in there. We did Cabin in the Woods last year. Cabin in the Woods is awesome. I'd watch Cabin in the Woods again. Critters is amazing, as are the sequels. Shudder made a new one a few years ago. Critters is such a good bad movie. I was like 8. I was 8 and my mom brought me to an R-rated creature-driven horror film. And I remember her getting like legitimately upset with me for saying that we should leave. Again, I have no idea whether or not like mom and dad were fighting or something. And she was out blowing off steam in the middle of the day. The first 5 minutes of Willow had me crying so hard they took me out of the theater. I watched Signs as a kid. I cried and pooped myself in the theater to get out. I'm trying real hard not to force my boys to watch anything that I'm like, oh, put hair on your chest. Yeah. But I am like, you know, I try to be cognizant of when they say that they can't or don't want to. I don't try to force them to. I missed Descent the video game. Thanks for reminding me of my childhood, Taffy. Yeah, that's one of the few privileges that the Packet Greaser and I had for being IT individuals at the school district we went to school in, was that we were able to set how much storage space we got on our network files. So while every other person at the high school got like, I don't know, a couple hundred megs, maybe a gig of personal storage on the network, we gave ourselves a shitload of storage, gigs and gigs and gigs of storage. So one of the first things that I did was install Descent, the video game, under my student profile, so that when I was bored and I was in between classes, I would log onto my computer, or like I'd log onto any computer on the network, including sitting in like English class, and I would play Descent because I had it installed through the network, which at the time was like black magic fuckery to most students. They'd say, where are you playing that? And I'm like, it's underneath my student profile. And they're like, where is it under my student profile? And I'm like, it's not. Now back off. Killer Clowns from Outer Space and Attack of the Killer Tomatoes were both old school horror flicks that messed with my head when I was little. Is there another place to use these? God, Killer Clowns from Outer Space freaked me out so bad when I was a kid. Yeah, there we go. Well, we know what our fight's gonna be now. Able to win? My reflection? Wouldn't be so bad with Hemolacria. I think I'll just take Iron Bar and call it good, though. Oh yeah, let's go, champ. Give me all the tier upgrades. I've never seen the stuff. Sharknado. I've never seen Sharknado either. Yeah, all beef patties. I think my whole family really, like, if I remember correctly, at the very least my dad, I wonder why. But I feel like my whole family really kind of was okay when Elvira was on. I can't remember if that was something that I watched on my own or if my dad and I watched it together. I was a big fan of Tales from the Crypt. And I was a big fan of Creepshow. I loved both of those. I loved the anthologies. I felt like I got more, like, horror genre bang for my buck. You ever want to scare your kids away from eating soft serve ice cream with marshmallow fluff? If so, I have the movie for you. Glitch gifts a tier 1 sub to Retro Boy, 1034 gifted all time by Glitch. Thank you so much, dude. Retro Boy, enjoy the emotes as per the usual. Come on, man. Help a brother out. I don't know as much about Japanese horror. I saw so many Americanized remakes, which obviously is not the same as seeing legitimate Japanese horror, but it just made me think that maybe I wasn't a fan of the genre. That said, I definitely owe it to myself to watch much more authentic, non-American remake films. I've never seen... Oh my goddamn... Alexa, what's 20% of 500?
20% of 500 is 100.
Yeah, see? Thank you.
You bet. Have a good afternoon.
See, Champion saved $100. Champion saved $100 on those gifted subs. At that point, if he doesn't buy those subs for this channel, it's like losing money. It just makes business sense. Well, we're committed to reading them. You know how we do. Let me scroll all the way up. Milgis, Pimpson, Classy Camel, Rocket Punches, Dighez, Imtamin, Momiko, Jefferson Air, DX996s, Eglamore SA, Uncle Grumpus, Real Macacker, George Basto, Mewtwo, Ori Popo, Derelictium, Isaac Freeze Skilluck, Dujo PP, Captain Visser, Busy, Crazy Mason, Smart Fox, Stiffy Pig, Ecutruin, God Hates Sloths, MD Industries, Lactosas, Aces High, Son of a Mitch, Gaming Alienist, Steamboat, Grandpa Chris, Busy Kniff, Bitch 9000, Darth JJ Abrams, Steelth Banali, Hey Scully, it's me, Zutta, the Viking Games, Flip Lip 87, John SLK, Tokyo Risk, Judge Jordan, Hanuel the Hobo, Monkey Mishkin, Noodle Poodle, Cookie Doggo, Cavazio, Survivius, Dio Mihiro, Anataru, Small Town Bear, Impartial Duck, Chopmobile, Rebel Wings, KG the Jerk, NWP 90, Bryn, Ariali, Turkey Bum, Sam Scorch, The Czar, Mellow Muffin, RP Almeida, Zeppi, Imbalike, Gibby, Nightcat, Ifinity, Crater Runner, M45, MS Giblet, Aliac, Camping Joe, Wafflem, Random Panda Bear, Nuclear Squirrel Nuts, B4D Tast, Shay McKay, Azusa, Homeonator, Behind You Again, Dick Hartley, Dave Myers, Callow, Mandy Shepherd, Dummy, JC Shadow, Crumba, T Dill, Mr. Pala, Cards Gaming, Deathlord, Sir Maximus, Bryant, Gobspeed, Sirius G, and Mr. Alucard 100. Whoo! Minor League Tuesday, bitches. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Thank you, dude. Yo, by the way, speaking of Champion and gratuitous amounts of money, I jumped up the booty hole of Amazon because Champion bought 4 figures worth of camera equipment that I didn't realize I had still left on stream gifts, and that was not what Squint Fox wanted me to use. Squint Fox had designed an entire, hey, you want to stream outside the office? Here's how you stream outside the office. That's great. And I had not accounted for that in my stream gifts, so I needed very specific... I don't have any of them close to me. I needed a very specific kind of on-location portable camera, high-def camera, and GoPros were not it. So Champion sent me 3 incredibly expensive, very nice GoPros. I sent them back for credit and then bought the cameras myself. I hadn't gotten credit after a month plus. So yesterday I jumped up in Amazon's spot and finally like forced their hand, and we should be seeing a refund. Damn. That's not terrible. Not with hemolacria, that's not too bad. Anyway, we should be seeing a refund finally go into my pocket to offset the cost of buying the cameras a second time. But anyway, I got a hold of them and I was like, listen, either my man needs to get his money back or the money needs to hit my pocket, but either way, you guys can't just keep it. We're not down for paying for Bezos' dick rocket. Like, I understand the irony of being a partnered streamer on Twitch and saying we don't want to pay for Bezos's, edging of space dick rocket, but we weren't gonna just give them $1,000 and let them sit on it. So that should be sorted in the next 24 hours. I'm telling you, I hit the ground after this vacation, and was getting shit done. I feel reinvigorated. Going to the lamb. I don't have really anything else to do but look for the second secret room, which I'm absolutely not going to do. What was the rune that I left back here? I can't imagine myself just leaving a rune. Oh yeah, I can totally imagine myself leaving a rune. Never mind. Alright, let's scoot. This fight's going to the lamb. Champion again, man. Thank you for the 100 gifted. I didn't get to play any pinball yesterday. That was kind of a bummer. Oh, that's right. I've got the, I have to look these up now. Some of these suck. Like, it's cool to get them because they're so rare, but some of these are not worth picking up. Mercurius. Doors remain open. Oh, yeah, this is the speedrunners one. Oh, I'm so stupid. If I remember correctly, this is the one that I only have to fight rooms if I feel like it. Once I feel like this run is done, we can literally just walk to boss fights. If I decide that some of these fights are taking too long to get sorted, I can literally just walk through. Like, obviously, in some of these rooms I have to do combat, but sure. And in some rooms it behooves me to do combat because I can get, like, the keys that I need to open some of these rooms up. When I got a hold of Amazon and said, "Hey, I need a refund for these cameras that I gave back to you, either to my friend who bought them for me or to me," I did not do a very good job of making myself seem less conspicuous, because they're like, "Okay, well, what's your friend's name or email address?" And I was like, "Well," they're like, "Well, what email address does your friend have tied to their Amazon account?" And I was like, well, you see, what had happened? Gift from a mysterious internet friend who values his privacy. I can gift a sub, I can get a gift sub even when I'm not in chat. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Completely unrelated, I just turned around and saw it again. The Beefalo plush arrived and it's heckin' cute. I would love a Beefalo plush. I'm a sucker for merchandise, man. I'm a sucker for plushies. Especially. He bought me cameras so I could videotape myself doing stuff for him around my house. What's so weird about that, Amazon? Figure it out. I feel like you're really overcomplicating this. I might as well spend this other key to get in here and see what's up. Alright, well, maybe. I was gonna say, that feels like it's gonna be potentially profitable, you know? The luck upgrades were definitely fun and worth it. I didn't mean to do that. I kind of sensed it was coming and was not thrilled that it worked out the way it did. You know what? I'll come back to it. I'll come back to that room. Thank you and good day. That room feels like a lot. Let's go see what's happening literally everywhere else. Maybe even go get our boss room item, and then we'll come back and deal with that room if we feel like it. Glad to hear you got Amazon. Like, yeah, it had been a month. It had been a month.
Experimental pill.
That's not great. I was a little bit bummed out that I didn't get to play any pinball this weekend, but hopefully I can sort that during the week. The problem is that now I lost my favorite mask. I lost the only mask that fit me right and was a Hollow Knight mask to boot. So I'm a little bit bummed out about that. But I've already got another one ordered and on the way from that same Etsy provider up in the frozen tundra of Canada. Yeah, I lost the Hollow Knight mask. I was bummed about it. I put it in Amber's bag, in an outside pocket on Amber's bag, while we were walking around Strasburg, Virginia. It was in there with all the boys' masks as well, and I can't help but think that potentially one of the boys went to go get their mask back, and potentially flopped my mask out onto the ground and just didn't see it. Oh, there we go. Ah, shit, I thought I made that corner. Samson's chains, not ideal in this particular situation. Neat. Okay. Oh, I got it. I can't really say it was worth it, but I got it. I had toyed with the idea of like doing some filming and stuff like that while I was out in the wilderness. I'm glad I didn't. I took a handful of photographs. Genuinely. There are some other ones I'd love to put out into the world, but those are probably the best ones. As far as just kind of giving you a rough idea of everything that we did while we were out in a boot. It was nice. The next one is Outer Banks time for sure. It was just funny because Amber wanted me to do something that would make me happy, and she knew that I was more a mountain guy than a beach guy, but I've made several trips to overnight stays in the Outer Banks, and I've never regretted it. Big old speed down. Speaking of, I think that's like one of the three situations where I feel like my body betrays me. One, choking on your own spit. Two, when you're laying down looking at your phone and somehow you find a way to drop it right on your face. Three, that in response to seeing the ground from a great height, of all the things to go weaken, it's got to be, yeah, the two things keeping you from, not falling off. Thanks, legs. Swear I've been on that bridge, but I can't remember when. It is in, yeah, Strasburg, Virginia. I was playing it kind of close to the chest where we were. I'm trying to get better about not, for better or worse, doxing me or the fam. Oh my god in heaven. Yeah, I'm trying to get better about not accidentally giving out way too much personal information for me and the family. But now that we're on the other side of it, yeah, we were in Strasburg, Virginia, in the Shenandoah Valley region. It was nice. It was very pleasant. We saw deer. We saw a wild turkey. We saw skunks and otters. We saw skunks and possum. We saw a lot of deer. Damn, we saw a lot of deer. And then, funny you should mention Great Heights. You know what? It's a little disappointing. Sorry, ball of bandages. I thought I'd maybe get a good deal on you. Rory was not a big fan of, was it the Skyline? The Skyline Drive? Skyline, sorry, trying to process this room. There's, in not Skyline Chili, I wasn't in Cincinnati. There's a highway through Shenandoah National Park that was like the Skyline Drive or something like that. And it's literally just 100 miles of 2-lane highway through a national park. And every time we stopped to pull over to do a scenic outlook, you know, where it'd say like, hey, your elevation is 3,300 feet. Rory would get close to the edge and go, nope. Like, every time we drove, even when we were driving on the edge, he was just like, big rock wall separated us from like ever going over. But anytime he'd look over and see that huge drop off into the valley below, he was just like, nope, I don't do heights, as it turns out. He's like, I didn't know that until today, but I know as of today I don't do heights. And I was like, well, you know what? Fair enough. Good on you for knowing your boundaries, son. 48-hour energy. Don't mind if I do.
48-hour energy.
Oh, we're gonna be
Speed up.
Well, I was gonna say we're gonna be very fast, but we're as fast as we can already be. That's not gonna stop me from doing this. Hold on one second. I think it's mutant spider time. Yo, Dragon Dad. Speaking of the person most directly responsible for me being forced to take a vacation.
Speed up!
Oh man, is it time? I do love me some red key runs. How was it? So I'll do the breakdown again. Oh my god, I did it! How good am I? Shit. I might take the red key with me. Like Book of Rev did its part. Book of Rev did its part. It gave me a whole bunch of health, and I'm grateful for it. But I think red key potentially builds us an awesome run. So the pros were that we were in the middle of nowhere, in the Shenandoah Valley in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and it was beautiful. We were in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. We were in a cabin in the middle of nowhere that was modern enough that we had like Wi-Fi and a television. We had Wi-Fi and a television and, you know, a bedroom for the boys and a bedroom for me and Amber, and all of it was very comfortable. But far enough away from things that, like, I really did feel nicely isolated. And that was kind of the point, was I just wanted to feel like I was far away from stuff for a while. We did one day of just kind of general, like camping style food, like hot dogs and stew and ramen noodles for the boys, you know, who weren't feeling the stew. Let's do this one. And then we did one day of just eating food from all around the little town of Strasburg. So we had pizza and garlic knots and fried mushrooms from one place. And then we had brunch at another place called the Pancake Underground. I had chicken and waffles. Amber had a potato bowl. And the boys both had short stacks. Which was awesome. The only drawbacks to it all, and I don't know where I can go in, we were saying this earlier, I don't know where I could go in rural America that this wouldn't be any different right now. But like the only drawbacks was I hadn't really been to rural America since I don't know, for years, I guess. I haven't been to rural America in years, and so like getting out to a place in rural Western Virginia, where not only were there still like Trump Pence signs up, but there seemed to be fresh Trump Pence signs up, as though they had put up fresh Trump Pence signs 9 months after the election or whatever, 10 months after the election. And the sheer number of Confederate flags was like pretty off-putting, but it's, you know, it's the Mason-Dixon line. So if I could get past the fact that, like, generally speaking, 75% of the people who lived there would have hated me if they had had a conversation with me. I just, you know, I felt very leery about speaking to anyone while I was there, but that ultimately wasn't the point. The point was to get away, so I got away, and I hid in the woods, and I felt really, really good. If you're on YouTube or the VOD, you're not going to be able to appreciate how good this song is. Sorry. Yeah, there's no such thing as after the election anymore. It's just a continuous 24-hour cycle, or 24-hour 365 cycle. So aside from that, aside from the sheer volume of Confederate flags and Trump Pence signs that were out there, the natural beauty was not wasted on me. The water was a little brackish, and I'm not used to that coming from Idaho. But it was beautiful, and I got to see animals, and I got to eat campfire style food. We had one night where it was cold enough to actually need a fire. We played poker. We played Taco Cat goat cheese pizza until Grayson and Roy both got hurt. We had a really good time. We watched The Goonies. And before we knew it, it was over and we were on our way home, and that was kind of a bummer. After the pandemic, you should take Amber and the kids to Gatlinburg. It's awesome as well. Where's Gatlinburg? Is that Mississippi? I forget. East Tennessee.
Ace of spades.
That could probably be arranged. I think the next stop's gonna be down to old North Kakalaki. I think North Carolina's got us next. I think we gotta do the Outer Banks next time around. The boys have already said they'd like to go to the beach next, so. But that'll be great for getting another, like, rented place and just staying away from people for the most part. After the pandemic's over, I'll have to convince myself to want to hang out around humans again, bar none. Oh, the pandemic's been effectively squished. Why are you still hesitant about being around people? I don't know. They're still people, and they still suck. There we go. Look at that. What a lucky bro I am with this thing. I would like very much next year to look into this was Helen, Georgia Oktoberfest Festival. That shit sounds dynamite to me. If I'm going back, you know, if I'm returning back to the South for something, it'll probably be next year before we feel like we have this whole thing under control. Gatlinburg isn't really away from people, but there are some nice cabins in the area. Maybe that'd be it then. Maybe that would be enough. There we go. I need like 40 tiers upgrades to make this build work. Mystery sack's not so bad. Was terrified it's gonna be like Isaac's heart or something. Eastern Tennessee cave meetup. Potentially, stranger things have happened, I suppose. I could swing through and meet up with Cobalt. I could invent the excuse to go see Cobalt and Lisa. Whew. Whew. I was nervous for a minute, man. Oh, I did not think that was going to go the way I wanted it to. I was nervous for a minute. I saw a round object come out of it, and I thought for sure like a round glass object meant we were picking up Cursed Eye, and I was gonna be bummed out. And I certainly don't want to reach a point where I feel. I certainly don't want to reach a point where I feel like the pandemic has truly turned me into a hermit who avoids people in general. I did once upon a time actually miss the company of humans. But damn, it's gonna take me a while to work myself back into that for sure. I don't really want bombs or key. I'm pretty content with how things are right now. Ace of Hearts is not so good. Ace of Spades, I think, is going to be better for us. El Pablo, what's going on, homie? Happy to see you, as always. If you ever visit East Tennessee, I recommend Cades Cove. Nice little hikes and potential animal sightings. I got to get in shape, man. I genuinely... I got winded just walking around. I got winded bringing in the luggage from the car to the cabin. I don't even say that glibly. Like, I don't say that with any sense of pride. You know what I mean? Like, I'm more embarrassed. Like, I'll talk to you about my hemorrhoids faster than I'll talk to you about how out of shape I realized I was. I was so embarrassingly out of shape this trip that it has definitely sparked the whole I need to get my ass back in the gym like today mentality. I wanted to do like hikes and I wanted to walk around the mountain and all that jazz, but like literally walking from like our car to a restaurant got me sweaty, and carrying like luggage from the car up to the like cabin area, which had some of the world's wonkiest slate paver steps on it, like gassed me bad enough that I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed at how hard I was breathing. Spherical is a shape. It's really like shameful is the only word I can think of. Okay. I guess we just get the wafer. That's kind of fun. Shameful is the only word I can think of to describe how out of shape I was. I felt truly embarrassed at how bad I was huffing and puffing. Oh, who's this? How's it going? He was destined to be a part of this run. Welcome back, son. How long has it been since you've been to the gym? Only a couple weeks. I'm still paying for it because I keep saying that I'm going to get back in there. The moment that I stop paying for it and I kind of throw my hands up in the air is the moment that I feel like I've truly lost. I meant to go this morning, but I'll level with you, chat. I made love to my wife last night and I didn't get as much sleep as I wanted. Oh, you little rat bastard. So this morning when I woke up and I was tired, I just opted to sleep in. I'm getting dinged up. Oh, I got it again. What a lucky little bastard I am. That stinks. I'll touch it to get it out of the rotation, but... But yeah, in the past, one of the things that I've done is like I've missed in the morning and then sworn up, down, and sideways that I go back at night. So loud. I've sworn to myself like, oh yeah, I didn't go this morning, but I'll go tonight. Well, I'm genuinely gonna go tonight. I'm genuinely gonna go tonight. Because I gotta start making excuses to go and to try to get fit and to make sure that I meticulously document my... I saw like Milton... I saw the photographs of how Milton was doing with his weight loss journey, and I don't know. I want that for myself, and I realize that there's no getting that without discipline and sacrifice. And so I gotta get stronger. I gotta get mentally stronger is what it boils down to. I need to be mentally stronger, and so hopefully that starts today. I sure as shit am not strong enough to do it without the gym membership, though. I found that out during the pandemic. I'm ass terrible when it comes to like, oh, well, I'll just work out using my body weight. I'll just run. I'm terrible. Oh, okay. I'm terrible at that. I'm terrible at that. What's up here? A bunch of keys are up here. That's what's up here. How dare you come at me like that, game? Hope you learned your lesson. Hear me out. You could get a kettlebell. I mean, like that was an idea that we were tossing around here for a hot minute back when I was like, chat, I don't want to get fat. How do I fix this during the pandemic? The problem was the kettlebells were like out of stock for a while. It's actually pretty tough to find a kettlebell for a hot minute. Now I'm sure they're easier to come by now, but like, you know, I've got a
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
I've got a sense of comfort and routine that comes from, being able to just go to the gym and know where all the equipment is, and like, yeah, you know, you should shock your body once in a while and just throw something different at it time and again, but all things being equal, I like the familiarity of it. Dartorn, tier 3, 55 months. Dartorn, thank you so much, man. Welcome back, brother. Happy to see you. Tavi, I hope you had a great time off and are feeling recharged. Rejuvenated is the word I keep coming back to. I feel functional again. I love you guys to death. I love being here, and I can't think of... Oh, okay. I can't think of any job I'd rather have on the planet than the one that I have. All that being said, I was at my wit's end for sure. At the end of the last stream on Thursday, I felt like I was coming apart. How dare you push my bomb back against me? I felt like I was coming apart at the seams on Thursday. Just so so weary. And like now, not only yeah, I think I can go. Not only do I just straight up feel better, but like I came back and on my day off yesterday got what felt like an insurmountable amount of work done. Like I had all these things on my mind, just stuff that I felt like I needed to accomplish. And I thought, surely this will take far too long to tackle. So I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And the irony is that yesterday I took the entire day off at home and was done with everything that I had on my list by 2 and just didn't know what to do with myself. Kettlebells and sandbags will get you pretty far at home. If we find ourselves back in another intense lockdown situation, then I'll entertain it for sure. According to like Fauci and the CDC and all those guys, it looks like the boys will be able to get their vaccines probably around October. We're really looking forward to that for sure. There's no job you can think of that you'd rather have. How about getting paid for doing nothing so anything else you do is a hobby? Well, I don't count being retired as being a job. I would love to be retired. I would love to have $3 or $4 million in liquid or invested in such a way that I feel like I could just shut down shop whenever I felt like it. I don't picture either retired or independently wealthy as a job, you know? As long as I need to put in the work to do, as long as I have to put in the work to earn money, I'd rather be doing this versus anything else. Oh, neat. So long as I have to work, I'm happy this is my job. I get stressed out sometimes because, like, I also feel like on top of just manicuring and curating and improving the experience here for the already existing audience, I feel like it's my job to become like Lupo and Tim levels of successful. Like that's the end game, is to become, you know, synonymous with the art form / platform itself. I probably won't reach it, but it doesn't stop me from feeling like I'm obliged to try. So there are a lot of times when, especially when you kind of feel like you're just swimming in place, you're spinning your wheels in the mud and you just don't know exactly how to move forward. It's easy to get freaked out. It's easy to feel like you're dropping the ball somehow, even if you're in the top, what, 0.05% of everyone who streams. Yeah, I've got a thing that I like, and I got Pat backing me up. I like going to the gym. It gets me out of the house and it isolates me. I think that's part of the reason I didn't like working out at home was because I didn't like the fact that working out at home meant that I didn't get time away from the house to just deal with my own thoughts. Sorry for the random outburst of a question, but should we promote more people in Marvel Strike Force? That's more Ray Krez to start. Just something I thought about. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I feel bad that we listen. Dylan, if you're here, I'm sorry you got booted. The game instantly boots anybody who's inactive for a week, and it works out pretty well because the people who are really going whole hog on that game are going whole the fuck hog on that game still, myself included. I didn't miss a day, not even on vacation. Oh, I don't have a charge. I always feel I'm already always tired, so I can't wait for the retirement. Yeah, I would love to just be retired and just stream whenever I felt like it for fun. Then it truly anything I tackled would be a hobby. But yeah, if I've got to work, I'm glad it's doing this. Hey, that's great. It didn't let me in. Oh, secret room? Weird. Weird. Working out at home feels like a chore. I know I felt guilty when I tried to work out at home as well. I totally need to. Yeah, Alpaca, I feel the same way. I feel like I've got to be physically removed from my house. It gives me time to be away from like my wife and my kids, and it gives me time to like process some of my thoughts. Honestly, there are occasions where I'll rehearse conversations that I've got to have. So if I'm staring down the barrel of having like an awkward conversation with somebody, or if I'm staring down the barrel of like knowing that when I get to stream, somebody's gonna ask me about blank that happened in the world, or somebody's gonna ask me about, you know, blank shitty thing that somebody said on the internet or whatever, then I've got a little bit of time to like I got a little bit of time to figure that out and to like rehearse those conversations with people. Whoops, I shouldn't have done that. It used to help me a lot with like with 99 Lives and Pretzel. If I knew at some point I was gonna have an uncomfortable conversation, like, hey, we don't get to pay ourselves anymore. Like, hey, we don't have enough money to pay ourselves. Or if I was gonna have an uncomfortable conversation that was like, hey, I think the company's going in the wrong direction, or whatever, then I would use that time at the gym to rehearse those conversations. But yeah, working out at home, I just I struggle. I struggle to accomplish anything. There's also a part of me that feels committed to going, like, there's also a part of me that feels very committed to, like, once I've physically made it to the gym, then by God, I have to finish the workout because I drove all the way down there, damn it. I'm not gonna drive all the way down to the gym and then not actually do the workout. I've only done that like once or twice in my life. And I felt like such a big old tool about it. I've been having fun playing Marvel Strike Force for the past 6 years on and off. This is the most I've really invested to it. I like having a fun alliance. The one I was in before was too competitive. Screw that. I like accomplishing stuff, but not at the expense of enjoying ourselves. It's getting harder and harder to not spend money on that game, though. And not just because they like. Not just this. Ironically. Ironically, it's not just because they're like pushing stuff on me. The irony that I find now is that I'm having a hard time not spending money on that game. I have to go. Okay, I grabbed the negative. Good. I have a hard time not spending money on that game now because they've given me too much, and now I can't level up or outfit items on characters because I just don't have enough resources to do it for everyone. You're just afraid that Amber's gonna see you working out and try to take advantage of you until you get snipped. That's what scares you. I've said before, and I'll say again, until I can get snipped, which we're making a phone call about that today. They called while I was on vacation. I made a mental note that that's the first phone call we made when we get home. Yeah, I've said before, and I'll say again, that an oops baby is more scary to me now than it was when I was 17. My parents made no bones about it. Like, an oops baby was essentially like a death sentence, is the way that they painted it. But at 41 years old, I know me well enough to know that I would have that baby if Amber felt like she was physically, if she felt like she was physically on board and capable, and her Catholicism won out. We'd end up having a baby 10 years removed from Grayson. Financially, that scares the shit out of me. Health-wise, that scares the shit out of me. Plus, being 60 some odd years old when my kid graduates high school is not the ideal. Yeah, mobile games do a really good job of giving you that FOMO. Agreed. I don't want to pick up a gym. I do want to pick up a gym membership. It's the only place where I can go and get into my old hobby of swimming. Big gym downtown has a pool. I at one point when I was actually like, when I considered myself out of shape, but I was so in shape that I didn't mind taking off my shirt. Oh, I'm so out of shape, but I couldn't wait to take my shirt off to swim. Now it's like, yeah, you couldn't put a gun to my head and be like, you gotta take your shirt off to swim in this pool. And I'd be like, well, I'm not swimming then. You can't get me out of this shirt now. I mean that. You have no idea how tight this swim shirt is. You're gonna need a can opener to pull me out of this thing. Yeah, I used to genuinely enjoy... swimming. Yeah, man, I wouldn't want to be 60. Oh, that's unfortunate now. I wouldn't want to be 60 years old. I wouldn't want to be 60 years old when my kid was graduating high school. Would bum me out. I've never and will never wear a swim shirt. For me, the alternative is letting people see my nipples on my pasty white barrel chest, and I'd rather them see me in a shirt. I'd rather go full dad and let them see me in a shirt than to let them see what looks like pubic hair stuck in mayonnaise with 2 little pencil erasers on each side. I'm okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the sun card with me. Oh my god. Yeah, sure, let's go. Pubic hair is stuck in mayonnaise. It does. It looks like somebody emptied the hair trap of a fucking YMCA shower into a bowl of Greek yogurt. There's no joy to be had. At least when I'm physically fit. At least when I'm physically fit, there's muscle definition to see there. I can justify it with like, oh, well, you know, spending too much time in the sun gives you skin cancer. I'm just protecting myself against skin cancer. But look at all these lines. It's like, all right, well, I guess we forgive you then, sorta. But now it's just like, well, I may be pale and covered in black hair, but at least I'm smushy. Like a grocery bag filled with yogurt. So for the time being, I kind of feel like I have no choice but to go full dad and wear the swim shirt. I'd like to not. The jukes. I'd like to reach a place where I'm just comfortable, you know, pulling the old Don Draper. Not like muscular, but like thin. OMG, Taffy, I just got food. Well, you know, I don't, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that I don't, I'm good. Yeah, the point that I'm trying to make is that I'm not wearing like a swim shirt because I enjoy the fashion statement it puts out into the world. Generally, I'm wearing a swim shirt because I just don't want people to see the fucking way I look. And if I could get fit enough to take my shirt off again, I'd feel great about it. Yeah, I certainly don't have, I don't have the confidence of like those old Italian men who were like 300 pounds in a Speedo. Come on. Yeah, sure. Oh my god, Bluffy, eat them. Get them, son, their souls are yours. Alright, now your ass belongs to me. Knock it off. I don't have any guppy pieces this run, do I? Sure don't. I kind of want to clear the floor, if I'm being honest. Let's see if it gives us delirium as an option. I would do delirium with this build. Oh, that's right, I have Guppy's Eye. It did not give us the option for delirium. Let's see what we can come up with then. If I can find more health on the ground, I'll definitely take, If I can find more health on the ground, I'll definitely take 9 lives. We'll see whether or not we can lay hands on another Guppy piece while we're at it. I mean, like, don't want it to get too far away from us. I don't want to get to a point where we're excited to get Guppy just in time to, like, have to shut it down and leave the run. What happens if you take the red key off the map on this level? Maybe it just won't let you. For you, sure. Let's find out. It looks like it just won't let you. Oh, I fucking don't have a charge. Shit. Zenref, what's going on? Welcome. I don't think I want Ludo technique. It's actually a pretty good room for clearing out stuff like this. Or a pretty good build for clearing out rooms like this. Just litter the ground with shots and let it be. Black bean. Hello? There we go. Who's done this to me? Lucid! What's going on, Lucid's viewers? My name's Taffy. Generally, you can find me playing The Binding of Isaac. We're playing The Binding of Isaac right now, but after this is over, I'm going to switch up games. We're going to do a couple hours of Horizon Zero Dawn, which I've never played. Chaos says, I assume you immensely enjoyed your time off. I was at my wit's end. Just going to try it again. Shut up, I did it backwards. That's fine. It just lets me know that at least 170 people said, I'm not going to that fucking guy's channel. And you know what? I gotta respect that kind of commitment, you know? These are not sheep that'll be led by the nose to wherever Lucid tells them to go. Which means that the 219 who actively chose to come here desire to be here, and I appreciate that. Moronic streamer. Sorry, Lucid, not you, Taffy. You're doing great. Appreciate it. I need that kind of chuck under the chin on occasion just to keep my path going forward. I'm a very fragile individual, but you know this. You guys have met me at this point. Your viewers will watch paint dry, Taffy, except when they won't. Damn, if that isn't the most accurate way I've ever heard Twitch described in my lifetime. My viewers are real ride or die. They'll watch paint dry until they decide they're done with me, and then they're fucking out. They are out without apology or explanation. Oh shit, that's funny. Lucid, I was up in Strasburg, Virginia, in a part of the country where there were a bunch of fresh Trump Pence signs and a lot of Confederate flags, and I just thought to myself, you know, Lucid would like it here. This is the kind of place where Lucid would really thrive. Maybe we'll have to come back here together the next time he visits. Little Chad.
Lilith.
Speaking of, let's see, we're not sheep that'll be led by the nose wherever Lucid wants us to go. Snarky One, I appreciate you showing up here of your own volition and accord. Speaks the world to me. Shit, I'm out. Sans, Sarsar, no. It's important, because I feel it's important for clarification. I'm not grossed out by you or your bodies. No. I went out of my way to describe my chest hair as pubic hair caught in a bowl full of Greek yogurt. That's not on you. I did everything in my power to make you feel grossed out by a description of my body that is painfully accurate, but still. Susan! SML with 100 bits and a yeet. Thank you so much for the biddies. Taffy, I drove my Ida evacuated family from Florida to Maryland, and Google Maps took me off the interstate in Virginia. I saw so many Confederate flags between the appropriately named Lynchburg and Charlottesville. Yep, that's the country that I was in for my vacation. Unfortunately, that's where they keep the nature. Unfortunately, that is where the nature is stored. And I was eager to go see nature and mountains. But yeah, it was I was telling chat earlier that, like, surprise, surprise, there's a bunch of, like, cop cars parked in front of not great houses with a whole shitload of... The farther we got from civilization, the more we started to see Trump Pence signs from 2020 that looked like they were brand new. Confederate flags, churches, Jesus Christ, in that he was out in full effect everywhere. Every other building was a church. Bumper stickers, holy shit bumper stickers. The Blue Lives Matter flags, the thin blue line American flags, and the pièce de résistance, no trespassing signs on piece of shit single wide trailer property that's just littered with litter. But for some reason, just ridiculous amounts of no trespassing signs placed on places that you couldn't pay me to go into. So unfortunately, while the nature was very nice, anytime that I wandered out of the cabin and spent any time looking around, I was just like, oh, these people would not like me if they had a conversation with me. Just got back on Sunday from visiting family in Wisconsin. Also encountered quite a few Trump signs and flags. I mean, my neighborhood was pretty evenly split down the middle, blue and red.